Hi guys, how are you today? I hope you guys are all doing well. So I just want to talk about here we are. Yeah, I just want to talk about the Olympics, the Olympic tennis, the gold and bronze medal, the preview, and then the semi-final and what's just happened and all of that. So first let's get into the semi-final. First semi-final, Hachinov, Pablo Carreño Busta just overpowered him. Couldn't really get in a rally. Too many free points on the serve and just shutting down the point early, taking Pablo Carreño Busta's time. He could never get rhythm, never get in a rally. He was just overpowered. His defense was always penetrated and then got 3 points off the serve, 1-2 punches, the forehand, and then it was just simply Pablo Carreño Busta can never get in a rally. He's always overpowered. The points always ending fast, and he can't get any rhythm. And with the points always ending so quickly with Pablo Carreño, the power of Hachinov, Pablo Carreño Busta just can't fight back and match that power of serving and power in the rally. He's trying with patience to wait and get in the rally, but it never gets that far and it's just over. And he just doesn't have the firepower to just come back at him and say, I won't be bossed around, I'll boss you around. He just doesn't have that. So he had to be patient, wait, get in a rally. But before a rally developed, it's over. And then 3 points off the serve from Hachinov. So nothing can be done there. Just be consistent, defend, and hope Hachinov goes off. But he never did. Just blew him away with power. And Pablo Carreño Busta kept waiting for the mistakes. They never happened, and he was just hot. And the defense couldn't do anything. The patience, consistency couldn't, because his shots were powerful and all landing in, and then the point was over. And he didn't have the firepower to fight back. So the defense consistency didn't do anything. And then because he needs to not miss and defend everything and hope for errors, but he got none. Instead, he just got a guy on fire who just got the ball past his defense, ended the point right away, and he didn't have the firepower to fight back. And he's just simply overpowered for the serve and the rally shots, right? So the second semi-final featured Novak Djokovic against Alexander Zverev. So in that one, it was a case. The first set, Zverev was off with some errors. Djokovic was playing at a high level, but then Zverev said, and he got down a break in the second. But then Zverev did exactly what I said his path to victory was: be aggressive, take control of the points, but don't be like where you have to hammer the ball all your power on the line and end it in the first shot with low percentage shots. There is a medium between I'm going to be so patient and give Djokovic a long rally where he'll beat me, or I can't be in a rally, we've got to end it on the first shot. Um, so that was like the situation for Zverev, but instead Zverev did what he needed to do and said, I'm not going to try to end it always off the first shot because I won't keep that up and just hammer winners on the line right away and hit low percentage winners for a couple of hours. Um, but if I be really patient and passive and get in these long rallies with Djokovic, it's not going to happen for me either. So I'm going to say I'm going to be aggressive, but I'm going to hit it inside the lines, and then the next shot I'll get even more control, and then the next one even more control, and I'm going to end it 3, 4, maybe 5 shots maximum. But I'm going for it. I'm being attacking, but I don't need to hit it on the line and end it right away because I want to set up the next ball. So with an attacking aggression and wanting to take control of the point, but also a point to say it doesn't have to be the first shot and I don't have to go right on the line. I can hit it inside the line, knowing that won't end at that shot, but it'll set me up better to end at the next one, and if not, the one after that. And he did that. He didn't let Djokovic get in the rallies, and the rallies were always sort of 2, 3, 4 shots and then over, and then Djokovic could never get in the rally. And the short time the rally was going, Zverev had complete control. That's what Berrettini did in the first set at Wimbledon. Zverev did a great job and played with power, aggression, but yeah, consistency to hit those 2, 3, 4 shots, and kept it going for the second and third sets after the bad start. And then from Djokovic's side, he could never get in a rally. He could never get rhythm. And then when he had a chance to get in the rally at the end, he was a bit tired and exhausted. Going from the French Open to Wimbledon and now the Olympics, and then the humidity and the time change, he was just physically broken down. He himself couldn't force Zverev into those rallies. So what he needed to do, what he tried to do himself to shorten the point due to his physical state by going to the net and drop shots and then trying to hammer it near the line. But see, his game was to force the Rev into the long rails and beat him with consistency and defense. But the problem was he didn't even have the physicality to do that. And Zverev, even if he was doing that, Zverev saying, I'm not going to let you get in the rally. I'm attacking, shortening the point, overpowering you and ending the point and putting you on defense. But I'm not giving you the satisfaction that I have to hit low percentage shots and win it right away. I'm willing to wait, but not very long because I want to end the rally. So he did that even with Djokovic's rally, he wouldn't let him get in a rally, shortening the point, taking the time away. But the problem was, the minority of the time Djokovic could get in a rally, right? He didn't have the physical side and he's having to hit drop shots and come to the net. It just physically broke down at the end from his side, but then from Zverev, the overpowering him in the rallies, the shortening the points, and stopping Djokovic getting into the rallies. And then from Djokovic, when he could get in the rallies, as I'm saying, really didn't have the physical side and having to come to the net and drop shots, and it went wrong that way. So that's my review of the semi-finals, guys. So now what we're going to do is we've got to get into the bronze and gold medal preview. So the bronze one, I think, Djokovic against Pablo Carreño Busta. Djokovic might not play, but let's just assume he does for now. I'm going to say both guys are ralliers. Both guys got consistency in their shots. Both guys got great defense. But the area that Djokovic is better, one, he's got a better serve, so he'll start the points ahead more. Two, he's got a better return and attacking of the second serve. A weak second serve of Pablo Carreño Busta that he can attack, plus the better serve. So he'll start all the rallies ahead from that serve and that return of serve. And then he's got more power on the rally. So Pablo Carreño Busta is a clay court or two passive, and Djokovic will just be overpowering him in the rallies, controlling all the rallies, moving him around due to more power on his rally shots. But then in addition to that, he's going to start the rally ahead with the better serve and the better return of serve and attacking return of Pablo Carreño Busta's second serve. So he'll just overpower him in the rallies with starting it ahead with the serve and the return of serve and more power in the rally. And they'll both be doing the same thing, consistency, defense. Djokovic will have more on his shots and be in control and start the rallies ahead with the serve and the return of serve. So Djokovic, I'll say 2 to 3 sets, wins this and gets the bronze medal, but he may not play, like I said, because he came there for gold. He might be physically exhausted and say, let's forget it, focus on the US Open. But if he does play, that's my preview. For the gold medal match will be Khachanov against Zverev. Both of them big service, power guys, tall guys like to attack, shorten the point, take the guy's time away. They'll be doing that to each other. But I just think when it comes down to it, their serve is about equal. Their ability to use power and attack, shorten the point and take the other guy's time away. and the aggression and the power and the ability to finish points is the same. Their serve's about the same, but I think mentally Zarev's got a bit more experience and a bit more consistency in his rally shots to say, well, I can attack and overpower you and hit winners, but if I need to wait 3, 4, 5, 7 shots with more consistency with that power, I can do that better than you. But when you're doing that, you're more likely to hit errors, right? So that's one reason I think Zverev will win, the consistency with the power. Whereas Khachanov has to, with those winners that you hit when he gets hot, he'll also be at risk of errors where it'll be hot and cold. Whereas Zverev can hit those same winners as Khachanov, but not have to give up as many errors and be more consistent and be willing to be more patient and hang in the rallies. So that's the advantage. But then the other side, with the huge power in the rally and the serve, they're equal. But then with the consistency and to get those power, those aces and those winners in the rally, but to not have to give up as many errors and to be willing to wait for the right shot in the rally with patience and consistency. Zverev's got that all over him, but he's matching Khachanov in the serve and in the power in the rally and the ability to hit winners and shorten the point. But then he's stronger in the consistency and not hitting as many errors and patience to get that winner. And then the other part of it is there's times you're on defense. So whenever Zverev's in control of the point, gets Khachanov moving around, Khachanov's poor when he's on defense and can't be there, which is going to force him to have to go for more, hit more errors because he won't be able to be on defense and he can't risk that. Whereas Zverev can. Zverev can play defense, can force Khachanov to hit 2, 3, 4, 5 shots, which means again Khachanov needs to go for too much to get past the defense. But when Zverev's in control, he just doesn't need to go for too much. He can just move Khachanov around, expose Khachanov's weakness in the movement area. So then that's another huge advantage. One, the consistency of shot in the rally, that Zverev's willing to match him, willing to wait 3, 4, 5, 7 shots to end the point, whereas Khachanov's not. He's likely to get an error, but they're both likely to hit the same winners and aces. And then when they're on defense, Khachanov, he's weak, so he'll lose almost any time. He'll just be, there's nothing he can do once Zverev's got control of the point. He's waving up the white flag, can't do much. Maybe if he gets back one more, but Zverev keeps moving around. He's just weak. He just doesn't have the movement. But when Zverev's on movement, he can make Khachanov hit one more shot, and then there's a good chance Khachanov goes for too much and hits errors. And he can also turn defense into offense. So my big thing is they're matching each other in the serve and the power game in the rally. Tip winners shorten the point and take the time away. But then Zverev's hitting less errors because he's more consistent with the power and more patient to go hit that 3, 5, 7 shots. And then Zverev doesn't have to risk for much, go for much, because once he's moving Khachanov around, he's weak on defense. And then Khachanov's likely to go for too much, and that defense is helping. But when Zverev's up in the point, Khachanov can't do much. Zverev doesn't have to go for as much and can just move him around and expose the weakness. But when Khachanov's up, he's going to have to end the point and go for a lot because Zverev's going to make him hit that one more ball. So it's very difficult when you're playing someone who you're trying to play the power game and end the points, and they've got just as much power on the serve and the shots in the rally, but they can say, well, when it's not there, I'll be in a long rally. I'll wait the 3, 5, 7 shots. I've got the patience. I don't need to go for it now. And when they've got that consistency along with the power, and you've got the power without the consistency, and then when they've also got defense to back that up, so when they're down, they can make you hit the ball. They can one more shot. They can turn it all around. They can do all those things, which Zverev can do. But when, like I said, Khachanov's in control of the points, Zverev can make him hit the one more ball and turn it around. So how can you really win if you're Khachanov when Zarev's matching him in the power game, serve and rally, but he's more consistent and more patient, hitting less errors, and he's got better defense. So then again, Zarev doesn't need to go for so much because Khachanov's defense is poor, but Khachanov does because Zarev's making him constantly that one more ball. So the matching of the power and serve game, but the more consistency and the better defense puts Zarev over the top. So I'm going to say it could be 2 or 3 sets. I'll say 3, but I'm going to say Zarev's definitely getting the gold medal here. Silver for Khachanov and bronze for Djokovic, and nothing at all for Pablo Carreño Busta. So that's my video for today. So subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up. Going to be interviewing Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic very soon. So subscribe for that. I'll review these final matches, and on Monday when it's all over, and then I'll preview what's going on in Washington DC, plus interviews of Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic. So for all this, subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up, guys, and be back here for my next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being with me. Bye for now.